West Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A give running left. It's Sanders. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's Cameron Dantzler who got him down. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give. This is Cook. A strong running. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. We're scoreless after 1.
Let's go, no score.
First and goal at the 1.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 10's a light. 10's a light.
Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. It's complete to Fuller. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Wilson on first down. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020. So following the hold, They're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Mon now off of play action. And he's got his target, Harris. And they finally get him down at the other 46.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Off the play fake, Mon. He sets to fire deep. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let him crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watch it. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stones. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They go play action here. Mon.
He's going to go up top again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Vikings. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is caught, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. The Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now Mond on the bootleg. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Mond. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mond good to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Again, Wilson. He's got Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And the worst fears wouldn't realize as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets it up past the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Now Mon. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Again, it's Cook. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Cook. Fighting through. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mon looks to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
They run the counter with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? On play action, they'll throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jacob Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter.
A good rally to the football keeps them to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Dolphins 1st down.
They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. 31's the mic. We own them. We own them. 31's the mic. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. 31's the mic.
Wilson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Escaping the pressure right. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
56, Dolphins 42. Jason Sanders.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got this down to the 35.
139 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Cook, a first down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points